Okay, guys. So it's Thursday. What is it? Thursday. Thursday. Good gravy. I'm going back to work soon. So Thursday, and I decided to come back out in the garden today and do a little video for you guys. Looks like we're gonna get possibly some frost tonight. So I did a little reading, and um, as long as it's not a hard freeze or a hard frost, uh, it's saying that the onions should be okay. So hopefully they're going to be fine. So what I thought I'd do is come back out with some of the seed packs because I want to try and start some of these things. So I have these squash plants. I want to put a couple of those seeds in. Now those started out really strong last year, but I think because we planted them so late, the squash bugs were there and it was their time, and they just kind of went in and killed it all. So I want to try and start just a couple seeds in and see what comes from that. And then I also have some of the bunch onions and the chives. So I want to put just a couple of these in there. I don't want a lot. It's just me, so I don't need a lot. So I thought we'd do that today. As far as the garlic goes, I haven't seen anything coming up from there yet. So we'll see. Probably it's only been like a week or so, I think. So I thought we would do these three in this bucket here. I believe I put all the garlic and the raspberry and that one onion that's growing right now there. So I thought we'd do these. These are pretty simple. Squash needs about 1 inch into the soil. Like I said, I'm only going to do like one or two seeds. I'm not going to do a lot of these, and we'll see. And so these are only about an inch into the soil, and they should be 36 inches apart full sun. Right now it's not full sun, but in a few more weeks, this will be sunny pretty much all day. So, all right, so we got two seeds here, so about an inch in, it says. So we'll just push that down, cover that back up, and I'll put one about here. It says 36 inches. That's a little deep. 36 inches. So put them that far apart. They should be good there. And then with these, it's 1/4 of an inch, and it says in rows. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a light scrape here, and maybe a light scrape here for the onions. And we'll have two little things for the onions to grow. So the onions are white Lisbon bunching onions. So basically they're kind of like, I guess, like leeks. So you guys can see from the package. So those we're going to do, I think just like kind of says row spacing 2 inches, plants 12 inches. So they're fairly decent sized seeds. So I should be able to just grab a couple out of here. Maybe not. And I'm not going to be too precise with this because I can always thin them out if they start growing. And I can make space in other pots or something if I need to. So they'll be a little close together now. But like I said, I can come back and thin the spacing out, thin some of the plants out. I thought I opened this. I guess I did. The other one these are just chives. So these are kind of like, I think we're just going to kind of like lay them in there because these are smaller seeds. So they're kind of tiny. So it says 6 inches, but we're going to do this kind of the same thing as we did there. We'll spread them out a little bit, but whatever extra grows, and then we'll move it. Right. So maybe I'll do one more. Maybe I'll get one more row, like a little row over here, like this way. I think that because chives are always good. Chop them up, put them in salads and whatnot. So can't go wrong there, right? All right, and we're just going to cover these back over. Now, germination on these is let's see. It doesn't really say. I don't really see what the germination is on these, but yeah, we'll get them covered up. I'm gonna assume they're probably close to the onions. There we go. So those pretty much are close to the top of the soil. They are only a 1/4 inch deep, so they're not all that deep planted. Let's see what the onions say. I think the onions tell us germination. No, it doesn't really say on here. Wow, isn't that funny? Usually it tells you the germination time, so you kind of know when to look for them. Well, so it's 10 to 14 days for the squash. Onions probably, I would guess, since they're not planted as deep. I would say germination is probably a little bit less on those. Now I did bring out cucumbers and peas, and I thought I want to wait a little bit on those because last year we actually did. The cucumbers did pretty well, and we planted those later in the season. Plus, it's still, believe it or not, like the other day it was like 80 degrees out here. Right now it is probably just in the mid 40s, so mid to low 40s. So it's a little cool, and the wind is blowing through here, so kind of want to get inside. But yeah, the cucumbers did really well last year. We had quite a few cucumbers. I mean, I gave some away. I ate a few. So I was gonna plant them, and I'm like, well, I don't have enough pots ready. So once I get some more pots with the soil mixed up and everything, then that's probably what we'll do. Is we'll do the cucumbers. I'm probably gonna keep the cucumbers up this direction. Last year I had the cucumbers in this pot here, and they did really, really well. So I may just keep them up here and put them in 2 pots. I might try and do like 3 plants in each pot. But I still have to figure out what I'm going to do pepper wise. I've got to find some pepper seeds. I thought I had some yellow and orange bells, but I do not. So that's, excuse me, that's one thing I'll be looking for. So if I can find them in Home Depot or Lowe's or one of the other garden centers, I want to get some. I'm not a huge. I won't say I don't like green peppers. I do like green peppers. And just cooked into foods is fine. But I really do prefer the yellow, orange, and red bell peppers. I prefer those over the green. I do have green. I didn't realize I didn't have any of the other bell pepper seeds because I really kind of wanted to put some of those in too. But as I come out here and standing here freezing, I realize I just don't have enough pots set up yet. So probably if it doesn't rain this weekend and warms up a bit, I'll probably come out and do a couple more pots and we'll get those ready to go, and then we can start planting those seeds. Monday or Tuesday, either or. Hopefully I'll have a nice day there, but I'm definitely going to be shooting another video for that. And that will be probably doing the soil and stuff. I do need to go down. I still don't think the soil that I got, basically, it already looks like what we previously had in there, which wasn't soil. It was all just compost, and like I can see chunks of wood and stuff like that. So that is not what I wanted. So what I have now is definitely not what I wanted. So with that said, I'm probably going to have to pick up some peat and mix that into all the buckets. Obviously, the ones that are already planted, the 2 that we just did that have the onions already grown in them, I'm not going to be able to do that. I probably should have waited to plant any of this even to do that, but I want to see what happens with just fresh soil, bone meal, and thyme on those. So I'm going to leave those for now. But some point this week, probably Friday, because I gotta go out and do some shopping on Friday. So probably Friday, I'm gonna stop by Home Depot, see if they have any more peat moss in there. Grab a couple things of that, and I already have manure topsoil in the VGrow. I don't need any more of that. And then we're gonna have to figure out. So while I'm doing all this, I'm gonna be thinking about ways to put something down at the end down there where I can take this soil that I'm digging up from the pots, put it on the side. I don't want to just toss it out. So I kind of want to make like a makeshift, some sort of uh, compost pile kind of thing that I can put like the weeds, I can put the other stuff in there, and then I can just shovel the soil over the top of those and let that kind of break down in there and get that stuff going. So I got a lot of figuring out of things to do. I did get a cover for the yard yard cart, the Gorilla yard cart. I did find a cover for that. Don't know exactly how it fits. I haven't brought it out yet. I just received it, so do have a cover for that. So we'll get that covered because I want to keep it as nice as possible for as long as possible. The less money I spend on tools, the more money I make eating the food. So yeah, anyway, so I guess that's it. I get you guys another video this week. I was glad to come out here and do it, even though it's freezing cold, because I did want to get seeds in the ground. The cold weather just kind of, I won't say it was a complete surprise, but I didn't actually believe that it was going to happen. So I was kind of, hoping that it wasn't going to get cold, because I actually wanted to do a longer video today, but I think we did pretty good with this video, just for those few seeds. So I got those in the ground covered. Those are should be, oh, one's uncovered. Goodness. So I got that all covered up, ready to go. The pots are wet, so I don't need to put any water in them. We did have rain last night. I think we got some rain and 2 nights before that in the evening we got some rain. So yeah, because Tuesday night we had a rainstorm and a thunderstorm, and then last night, or early this morning I should say, we got more rain. So not going to water any of that. The soil is quite wet, and if it can stay like that, perfect, that'll be great. But yeah, so no water needed. The soil's already wet, they're covered up. Still hoping that raspberry bush does good. I may try to stop by Tractor Supply as well. I want to see, they had some other soil there, and I want to see what the mix is on that. If it's still compost or if it's actual soil. So if it's actual soil, great. I'm going to buy a few bags of it. If not, I'm not going to worry about it, but I will look to see if they have any more of the raspberry plants in there. Try and get one, since this one was broken, which really sucks. Hopefully it'll do good. I know from growing up and having a raspberry patch, we used to cut the raspberries off at the beginning of the year, and we'd cut them pretty low to the ground, like 1 to 2 inches above the ground. This is a little more than that, so it's going to be kind of iffy. I did stick the broken stick portion of it in the ground to see. I don't think it's going to root or anything, but at least it'll mark it for now, and I'll know where it's at. But we'll see how that goes. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. Hope everybody's having a great week, and like I said, I'll be back out here in the garden, possibly an extra video. This will be one extra video, but I'll probably have hopefully another video, a couple more shorts. We'll see how the weather is. Hopefully it'll warm up like by Saturday. I know it's supposed to be kind of cool tomorrow too, so we'll see. But that's that for today. So you guys have a great week, and hope everybody's staying nice and warm. And we'll catch you on the next video. And thanks again, guys, for all the subscriptions and all the subscribers that came in. I know the Garden Hoe sent over a bunch of people, and I really appreciate her and her folks for coming over and watching and tagging along with us on this journey. If you guys can share them out, share the videos out, great. I really appreciate that. Hopefully I mean, if everything keeps going the way we're going, we should be to 100 subscribers before the end of this year. So, so hopefully we'll have to come up with a new number. But anyways, I want to thank you guys. Y'all been a blessing to me, and I hope you're enjoying the journey that we're going on. Because hopefully at some point, some way, somehow, we'll be into a homestead or at least a home within the next couple of years, and have a bigger garden. But anyways, thanks guys. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next video.